What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to the finale to Crash Bandicoot Warped or Crash Bandicoot 3. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. That's what the finale is for. Now, you may remember that I started playing Crash Bandicoot about a year or so ago, and I kind of just like forgot about it. But you know, I've been getting better about finishing games that I started and like was gonna do a full play for, and you know, just completely forgot that I was doing them. But luckily, at least with the games that I play, I'm like, alright, I'm doing these in full play. I usually keep them either on the computer desk or on the entertainment center, so I know I have to finish them, but I do forget about them sometimes. But Crash, I always wanted to go back to it, no matter what. I was like, you know, I gotta really do Crash. I was like, I know I started a lot more of these, you know, full plays that I'm not even finishing yet, like Assassin's Creed and Bioshock, and now I started Beautiful Joe and Godzilla Unleashed. But that's because you know, I'm like halfway through or something like that, Bioshock or whatever, or halfway through Assassin's Creed. But I was like, you know, I just want to make sure I have the full plays that I'm doing, you know, still going. It's just, you know, I start more and more of them is because I don't want to like bore you guys. Be like, oh no, he uploaded another Bioshock video. You know, I want to give you variety and choices, you know, to watch what you want to watch. You know, if you want to watch the Bioshocks, go ahead, watch the Bioshocks. If you want to watch the Crash, watch the Crash. But like I said, this is the finale, so you'll get more Crash, trust me. I still have 1 and 2 to play through that I want to play through. And yeah. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Crash Bandicoot Warped. This game is the 3rd installment to the Crash Bandicoot series, the original mascot to PlayStation. I don't know why PlayStation abandoned him, because he was like balls to the wall. I mean, at least with their commercials, you know, those commercials remind me a lot of what they did with the one guy that was always head of something at Sony. I think it was Kevin Butler was his name that they used for the commercials. Anyways, you know, the old Crash commercials, you know, remind me of the new ones. You know, they sort of went with the edgy. Well, these new ones remind me of the old Crash commercials. That's what I should say. Sort of edgy, but I mean, to the point where Crash went to the doorsteps of Nintendo with a megaphone and said, "Hey, come on, you fat plumber! You know, I'm out here. Let's do this." You know, like he's calling out Mario to a fight. You know, Crash was probably one of my favorites for PlayStation, besides Spyro the Dragon and Croc. You know, for the people would say, "Oh, those are the little kiddie games." It's like, who cares if they're little kiddie games? They're fun. They're awesome to play, you know. What else? Yeah, so like 3rd installment. This time around, you actually get to play as Coco, his sister, in certain levels. Usually the Sea-Doo levels and sometimes the plane levels. I think Crash only takes up a plane like once through the whole game, and that's what you guys have seen me play. You know, right at the beginning of the video, you guys see me playing that level. You know, they switched it up. You know, they added like these plane levels and stuff like that, which, you know, broke up the monotony of just running around or getting chased by something. The same formula of the old Crash games where you either platformed or something was chasing you or you rode something. They still have the riding things, along with, like, you know, you ride a motorcycle or you ride a jet ski. This one's cool because you actually get to like shoot down stuff, like big airplanes or blimps or whatever, you know. So the plane ones are cool. I like those. The motorcycle ones, pain in the asses, but once you get the patterns down to, like, you know, where the cop cars are or how the cop cars are going to move, then it becomes really easy, you know, where the jumps are, where the boosts are. You gotta remember all that kind of stuff, and after a while you'll get it. And you just have to realize that you can't always just have the gas button down, and you do have to release it, especially on the turns. Make the sharp turns in the motorcycle levels. I think this was actually the first Crash game I actually played all the way through and beat. I didn't beat Crash 1 or Crash 2. I mean, I got to the last bosses, but they were like extremely hard. And remember, I was probably like, 11 or 12, and I wasn't like, oh my god, I know how to master this game. This game's so easy, Nowadays, like when I play these ones, I'm like, alright, these are pretty easy. How come I didn't beat these back then? But it's because, I didn't know all the tricks of the trade. I was as a kid, I didn't watch, these people like master these games in like 5 minutes and shit like that, and learn like techniques and all that stuff. I was still young, so of course I wasn't going to be able to beat some of these. But this one, for whatever reason, was the only Crash one I could play all the way through and finally beat, and be like, well, I'm done. Of course, I didn't go back and do any of the time trials or anything like that. That's to get the 100% completion. I probably finished off with like 30%. But hey, I don't like doing time trials shit. I'm not going back through this game and doing the time trials or anything like that just to get the gems and the fucking the Egyptian knock symbol or whatever. I'm not doing that, so don't expect me to do any of that. Because I'm not going to do it, because I don't like time trial shit. It's just stupid. It's just another way to get you to play all the way through the game and be like, oh, I 100%ed the game. It's like, good for you. Good for you. Because you don't earn anything at the end of it. Wow, you got to see the real ending. Wow. Great for you. Let me guess. Cortex still loses, right?
I should be rather upset.
Yeah, we already know Cortex loses no matter what, even if you get the bad ending or the good ending or whatever, it doesn't matter, because in the long run you don't really unlock anything. I mean, what does it do? Give you more like special abilities or something? It's like, that's cool, but if I can't play like as like Cortex or something, run through here playing as Cortex, as a reskinned Crash but uses Cortex, it's not worth it. It's not worth going through back and playing 100% just to, just to get nothing. It's like, I beat it. There you go. I beat all the levels. I beat all the bosses. I'm good. I'm happy with it. So, but this is a fantastic game. You can pick this up on the PlayStation Network, which I highly recommend if you've never played Crash Bandicoot, because this is like one of the best platforming games on the PlayStation. One of the greatest PlayStation games ever. And I can't believe Sony just like threw them off to the side and is like, we don't need you anymore. You've served your purpose. Because PlayStation 2 era, the mascot was Kratos. Fucking PlayStation 3 era, it's fucking Nathan Drake. And PlayStation 4 era, who knows who's going to be the mascot? Who knows? What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, let's talk about Crash Bandicoot actually being a part of Skylanders. That's kind of cool. Because I remember reading something about like Crash and Spyro are actually in the same universe or something along those lines, but I don't know if I'm reading that reading into it too much, that if that's true or not. But I did know they did have crossover games on the Game Boy Advance where I think Spyro went to Crash's world and fought his bosses, and Crash went to Spyro's world and fought his bosses. So that's cool. I like the fact that they're bringing back Crash and throwing him into Skylanders. I mean, if they make a little toy of Crash, I'll probably buy it. I mean, to the point where I was at work one day, I see a customer with a Crash Bandicoot hat from the PlayStation 1 era. It's probably around the time when Crash first came out. And I was like, dude, I want to buy your hat. I got $100 right here, right now. He didn't want to sell it, but I wasn't gonna pay $100. I was just joking with him, but I really did want his hat though. That was a pretty sweet hat. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of the Retro Nerd Plays, and this was the finale to Crash Bandicoot Warped or Crash Bandicoot 3. It doesn't really matter, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, guys, Retro Nerd out.
Defeated again! This is not fair! Maybe I should retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of eyes for my head.
It's not over, Bandicoot. There are still the gems. We still have a chance to triumph.